Welcome to day 66 of the 77-day video challenge. Today is National Garage Sale Day. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about value. And not necessarily values. I've shared some thoughts about values in some of these earlier messages. But when you think about garage sales, and I've visited some thrift stores today, but no garage sales, so please forgive me for diverting from the more important topic. It's necessary for us to think about what value we place on things and what still has value to other people. What are they willing to exchange for something that may seem otherwise useless? It's important within the process of reflecting on the material value of things, which I'm struggling with right now as I sort through a lot of a lot of stuff, material stuff around my house, and getting things put into place and deciding whether things belong in my home and in my life. I also reflect on whether those items may still have value to other people. And if so, what is the price that offers a reasonable exchange for those items to release them into somebody else's life? As I mentioned, I visited a couple of thrift stores today, and I found some things that I really liked and I think are going to enrich my life in some interesting ways. Not necessarily useful for the most part, but they're fun. I think that they are going to help give my life a little bit of balance. For instance, I found a couple of rugs that I really like, and I thought pretty hard about whether those rugs belong in my life. And are they going to coordinate with the colors in the rooms? And I decided, yeah, those are going to fit into my life. They certainly fit my budget because they come from a thrift store. And so they match nicely with the colors. One of the funny things about it is that the two big rugs that I got are too big for the space that I got them for. So that is another challenge of making room for the things in our lives. And is there a point at which we have to move things around and maybe purge some things in order to make room for the material things in our lives and for the people in our lives? Periodically, people here on Facebook talk about purging their friends because they've realized that there are people who are no longer contributing to the value, to the well-being of their lives, and they recognize that it's important to discard some relationships or at least detach from certain people who are now no longer bringing value into their lives. This is just another challenge for me personally to recognize the value I place on some things and evaluate whether those still contribute to my well-being. It's, of course, the whole Marie Kondo thing, and does it bring joy? Does it spark joy? And most things don't spark joy, but I assign a certain significance to almost everything in my home. And selecting the things that I can say, that has served its purpose in my life. I can throw that away. I can donate it. I can give that to someone. that's something that I I have to remind myself is an important part of my growth as a person, and it's something that I hope to have taken some pretty significant steps with in within the next 2 weeks as I prepare to have some people come into my home and assess, give their assessment of what belongs in my life, and as they meet people from different aspects of my life, what value do they recognize those people have in my life, and how might they contribute to the value of their lives? In the process, can we assign a specific value? Can we put a little sticker on a person and say, that person is worth $10 in my life. That person is worth a quarter. That person, best offer. As you look around your life, at the things in your life, the people in your life, what brings you value? What gives, what do you recognize that makes, what and who do you recognize is enriching your life, is burdening your life? What and who is gathering dust? And do those people and do those things need to be released from your life to give you room to move around? And in the case of going to holding a garage sale, a little yard sale, maybe releasing those things and maybe even releasing those people will enrich your life, will actually add to your life, and not just lighten your life, but may give it some, may add to your well-being. Thank you for visiting with me for day 66. I will see you on day 67 of the 77-day video challenge. Have a great evening and a happy garage sale day.